Philip Holloway, to you, the sheriff there, D. Anderson, he came out when these two disappeared, and he said, look, we will hunt you down, we will find you. They did. And then he spoke earlier about this potential sentence of only 120 days for Ethan Couch. Let's listen.
Welcome to juvenile law in Texas. You know, it's designed, obviously, in most cases for juveniles to be rehabilitated and to think of the well-being of the child, and it doesn't really take into account a terrible crime like that was committed here with the loss of life of 4 innocent people. Again, I'll say it, we haven't seen the last of him in our legal system here.
Philip, what's your reaction to his point?
Poppy, good morning. Good morning, Danny. Obviously, the sheriff is very frustrated, as are very many Americans. In fact, federal tax dollars were used, and a lot of them, in an effort to track down this mother and her son all the way in Mexico. Now, Danny's absolutely correct with regard to the way the state criminal process is going to work and unfold for Ethan Couch. However, if there were a desire by the U.S. federal authorities, the Justice Department, the Federal Fugitive Act, which authorizes the Marshal Service to get involved in apprehending state fugitives in the first place, is in fact a federal penal law. And if they decide that they want to use it, hypothetically, these two could find themselves in federal court facing a federal felony, and that would actually add quite a bit to what the young man might be facing in terms of incarceration.
Danny, to you, if you were defending them.
If I'm defending them, well,
as in court?
What Philip said is absolutely correct, because the reality is virtually anything is a federal crime under federal law. So, yes, there are potential federal charges. How do you defend a probationer who's violated their probation? It's a different tactic. In many cases, criminal defense attorneys appearing in court on a probation violation are essentially making the argument, please be nice. Yeah, don't hurt me too bad, Judge.
A lot of background and baggage, this case.
It does, but remember, we are still talking about a defendant who is in juvenile court in the juvenile system, where the primary objective is treatment, rehabilitation, supervision. Now, Texas, I will say, in the last few years, Texas, people were not happy with the fact that you had a juvenile system and an adult system, so they have sort of a blended system now, which allows for a juvenile to be transferred or sort of eased into the adult system and punished like an adult for adult-like crimes. So we are moving away from this juvenile model where no matter what, if you're under a certain age, you cannot be punished as an adult. Clearly, throughout all the states, we're seeing a trend towards punishing juveniles as adults when they do adult-type crimes.
All right, Danny Cevallos, thank you very much. Philip Holloway, thank you as well. I want to show you this now, some live pictures of a podium.